Hello, Namaste. I am Hasu Patel, the composer, performer, and the educator for the Music of India on sitar, tabla, and voice. I live in the United States, in the state of Ohio. Today, I'm going to introduce and explore the Hindustani music, that is the North Indian music, before you. I will cover the origin of the music, history of music, and the seven notes and the chakras and what are the relation to each other. And I will be happy to sing and show you the connections and how the sounds, the swaras sounds to you. So let's take the origin of music. Music of India was born in temple, but it was created 5,000 years ago. It was with the Big Bang theory with the one sound, Om. Around that time, music was very infantry, and slowly, music was got developed. So at that time, there were four Vedas. Vedas means the spiritual, inspirational, guidance type book and guidelines. So there are four Vedas, and in that four Vedas, Sama Veda was dedicated for music. Sama Veda, in that one, you can see some three notes C, G, and F, Sa, Ma, and Pa. And around that time, they were all the people were singing the ruchas. Ruchas means the hymns. They like we sing our songs in our today also that God give me the food and the rain and peace. Same way in their language they were singing ruchas with one note, two note, and three notes. Slowly, music was evolved and more notes were introduced. But here I want to tell you those notes, the notes called swaras in Hindustani music, those swaras are the pitch of the swara derived from the pitch of the animals. So that is your uh, curiosity to find out that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So which animal was selected for do and re and mi, or sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, as we say. So this uh, animal pitches were selected for the whole scale. And about the music also, the music was one in whole India. Slowly, on the northwest side of India, on the invaders came, like from Iran and Afghanistan and all these things, and they started coming into the India. So original people of the India were they're moving down to the south. So we have a Vindhyachal mountain called Parvata. Vindhyachal Parvata, it divides India from east and west. So whatever happened and whatever people stayed underneath the Vindhyachal in the south, they remained intact. Our music was uh, what is it became a very original. The food, the language, and everything remained the intact, and that's so North Indian music and South Indian music. North Indian music was the combination of original music of India and the music from the Persian music. It was a blend of things, and it is called Hindustani music. The South Indian music is called Carnatic music, which is a very pure music. We have around that time language was also involved, and that language was called Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a language of God, and from there, alphabet was created, and the whole thing. So India has so much to offer to the world for the music, the language, the religion, and many things, which I will discuss in my upcoming four workshops. We will go into detail about everything. Now, let's talk about the music. Indian music, there are uh, uh, seven notes. So when I talk about the Indian music, I like to compare with the Western music also. So for Western musicians, say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So that's the eight notes. In Indian music or Hindustani music, we say sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. And those notes, we say swaras, we do not say notes. Swaras, SW, swa, R-A, ra. Swa means self, and ra means self shining. So each note, each swara has the power to shine by itself. And you want to achieve some meditative way, if you meditate upon only one note, you will achieve your goal. And that's for that that spirituality will come in. And then I'll discuss later on. So there are seven notes, all natural. In Western music, there are seven notes natural. There are four notes altered in Western music. Same thing, we have four notes called komal. Komal means the lower than their natural position. And there is one note, one swara is a sharp, and that is a fourth note, F sharp. Same thing here in Indian music, the fourth note, ma, is a tivra. We say tivra. Tivra means higher than the natural position. So we have seven natural notes, four alter and one sharp. Seven Shuddha Swara means natural, four Komal Swara means alter, and then one tivra called sharp. So we have 12 notes. And from there, the Indian music was evolved, and slowly, more development came. And there is you must have heard raga. What is raga? Raga means the passion, the melody. So, what is melody? How do you know the melody? Uh, the melody is created from, there are 10 major scales in Indian music. I'll explain you when in upcoming class no, series of my talk, but there are 10 major scales in India, in Indian music. Like Western music, we have major scale, minor scale, Gideon, Lydian, some scales are there. In Indian, North Indian music, I'm talking about North Indian music, and we have only 10 scales. And those 10 scales, I did it here and for my Western students, and that are the skeleton. They have all the seven notes, and they are comprised of all the uh, natural notes, flat notes, and sharp notes. They are mix and match of seven Shuddha Swaras, one Tivra Swara, and four Komal Swaras. So, and you cannot, scales have all the seven notes, ascending and descending order. But raga has to be created from the scale. So you pick up any scale, and that scale is like a parent, it's inception. And from there, the raga has been created. And it's a melody. So raga has a minimum of five notes, maximum of seven notes. We mix and match. Uh, then raga has a time theory. Raga has a sonan called Vadiswara, consonan called Samvadiswara. There are so many things in the raga. There's ascending order, jati, in the descending order, and the group of notes. All these things has to be intact, and the rules and regulations. And if you follow the regulations, then and then you play the raga uh, in a pure form. For me, I spent so many hours since I was young age, 6 years old, no, nothing to know, but parents decide that I should learn sitar. What happens? They gave me the training for vocal music, because vocal is the heart where all your, it connects with your body cells. Every organs are connected when you sing, and that's where you understand the notes of pure notes. So I learn sitar. I spend 6 to 8 hours a day in practicing just one thing, keep, clip, keep playing without even arguing or questioning the Gurujis. Because Guru is a teacher, yes, but Guru, what is the definition of Guru? Gu is ignorance. And Ru who dispels your ignorance. So there is a difference between guru and teacher. Teacher, you like, for example, eighth grade teacher and ninth grade math teacher and 10th grade math. You always change the teachers in every grade you go. For us, guru will remain in our lifetime until anybody leaves the world, is still with us. So, and we follow the rules and regulations, their styles, how they play into in their playing of the sitar. So my style was a vocal style. How? Because my first Guruji was blind, and he taught me sitar for 15 years by singing. So voice was instilled in my playing. And why I have a second guru? Because I came in the United States at the early in 20s. So I, with the divine powers intervention, some connection, I met Ustad Rahat Khan Sahab, the sitar legend in my life. And he asked me to be shagrid, means a teach student. And I didn't say yes. I respected my first Guruji. I said no. I had to take his permission when he says, I don't care, it's a big name or small name. I had to ask my first Guruji. And if he says yes, then and then I can learn from Ustadji. And to me, believe me, he was so happy that I'm gonna working with Ustad Rahat Khan Sahab. And since then, Ustad Rahat Khan Sahab polished my vocal style, and my style of playing sitar is Gayaki Anga means uh, playing sitar with the voice instilled there. So this is a Hindustani music. In the Karnataki music also, it's the same music, but the frequency of the notes, frequency of the microtones have changed, and their styles and their rules and regulations for the raga is different. And I am trained for the North Indian music or Hindustani music, so I may not have that authority to speak for that one, but I do understand that music very well. Another thing I want to discuss about seven notes, seven swaras. Seven swaras. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni. Now, sa re ga ma pa dha ni is the abbreviation of the Sanskrit word. Sa for Sharaja, Re for Rishabh, Ga for Gandhar, Ma for Madhyam, Pa for Pancham, Da for Daivat, Ni for Nishad. So Sharaja, Rishabh, Gandhar, Madhyam, Pancham, Daivat, Nishad. They are the seven swaras. And you cannot speak whole swara, the name, when you sing because the speed is so fast. That's why it abbreviated to Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni. One more thing I want to add here in that music. Our music was so pure, but then the Muslim came, the Islam came in, and blended with our music. To me, believe me, they were so rich in the music. They were so good. They gave us a nice gift of music to India also. So what happens? Our music became richer, but remember, Indian music was born in temple. It was meant for to please the divine power. Today also I may be old-fashioned. I don't know that, but I play for the divine power. I'm not playing for my audience. I'm not playing for myself either. I played in a Woodstock. First time there were 10,000 people in my audience. I played. Second time they were less, but I played twice in the 30th anniversary and the 50th anniversary of Woodstock Music Festival. I didn't play for them. I played for the Divine Mother, Divine Power, to whom you believe. Now, Islam, the Muslim came, they invaded India. So what happened to our music? The purity of music, which was only for the temple, we pray in temple, it came into their courtyard to please the king and all their subordinates. Then slowly, it went into the private clubs, their party. And then Britishers came, they brought it into their club. And today, Indian music is everywhere. So to me, pure classical music is rare, and there are so many few musicians are following the rules and regulations, and the respect for the music is very uh, rare. To me, I will not play the music. People do ask me that would you play in our wedding or this? I say, yeah, no problem. But there is a condition that I'll play during the priest when the priest is performing the rituals. I will not play when they eat, drink, be merry. No, that is, I cannot do that thing. This is for the divine power. So this is what these are the rules and regulations for that. To me, there is one more thing I want to add it here also, that there are so many ragas, so many melodies. Ragas are timed, selected. You cannot play any rag, any melody the way you want to play. Every raga has a time zone, and time zone was selected not by me or my gurujis, but the from the centuries, more than 1,000 years ago, they decided our rag. There are so many ragas more than 2,000 years old. The names are there. There are so many uh, rules and regulations, and they decided the time. And the time they decide like every in the 12 hours of the day and 12 hours of the night, they separate it out each time by 3 hour zone. So morning, mid morning, mid afternoon, evening, late afternoon, evening. Like there are so many times. So any rag I play, it should be for the time zone only. Otherwise, why? There's a reason for it. The body, mind, and soul will not uh, connect with the notes and the frequency of the notes. Even your animals, even your plants. I have so many students bring, now I teach for the COVID, I teach on online, so many classes. So students bring their animals in their room, and I say, that's fine with me. Believe me, those animals, I know one is cat, one is dog, they will sit there for whole hour for the class, don't move it. They are so mesmerized, they are just got into the raga and they listen to raga. If you have any questions, please write down. I'll be very happy to provide you the answer, and I'm very happy to provide you any guidance you want. But I want you to remember, I will, I'm going to put this everything in detail, how to sing, what to do, what not to do, in my upcoming 4 workshops through this same organization, and it will explain. There will be handouts, so you will have so much uh, uh, thing in your hand to you can understand Indian music very well. I will today. I will do that one more thing for you to sing also, and how to sing. I will sing in Indian notes, not the Western notes. But remember, you go to the YouTube also again, see my recordings. I compose for the Western orchestras from start to finish. There is a one in the internet, and there are many also people do it. Houston Orchestra, Detroit, Pennsylvania, and my students. I compose Indian raga into the Western orchestra and make them play Indian melody, Indian nuances, and the frequency of the notes. It's as close as that to the raga. So let me introduce the notes. This is my instrument called harmonium. Harmonium is a 3.5 octave of piano. It's a manual. And you have to, there's a bellow here. So you have to pump the air through bellow. By practice, you will know exactly how to do it. It's very what do you say, it's essential for the vocal music. But let me put it there also. This thought came in my mind that harmonium was not allowed on the stage 50 years ago. Only the tanpura, the drone sitar-like instrument. There were two drones, both the sides of the musician. One side is C and G, and one side is C and F in the frequency of the note. There are four strings of that instrument. But one of the musicians called Usta Fayaz Khan Sahab, he allowed his nephew, sister's son, to accompany him on the harmonium on the stage. And being a big maestro, nobody could defy him or complain about him. And since then, harmonium became a part and parcel of accompanying instrument for vocal music. And let's see. And if you want to hum with me, please do that thing. So, Sani C. I'm using F sharp because of this time of the time. Re. Pa, da, ni, sa, ni, da, here I want to emphasize that when the natural notes and flat notes, between C and D, D flat is equidistant in the Western music, or between A and B, A is base equidistance. My point is that in Indian music, the D flat, Re, Komal is not equidistant. There are so many ragas have D flat, Re, Komal in Indian music, but every D flat, every Re, Komal is different in every raga. How do you know? In the books they say Re, Komal, D flat. How do you know in Indian music? You have to go to the Guruji. You learn there. You keep playing for hours and hours without any question asked. And then you start to understand the greatness of the note and the raga. So let's sing with me one more time, please. Come on. Sa. What I did it? My ga re re. So not like Western music. Sorry, ga ma no. We have to weave. We have to link. Sa re ga ma. So that every note is connected to each other. Every note has that connection of the frequency of the note, the vibration, the nuances, and that is a big difference between Indian music. We do not go the chords. We do not know harmony. But only thing in Indian music, we are C and G and C and F. Harmonies are allowed, and how you compose the music, that's your expertise, that's your prerogatives. It's not that what I talk, it will come right away. No. I spent today also, get up early at around 4 o'clock. Since young age I do it. Even my middle age I'm working full time. Still I get work out. It's not that I do not have time. I didn't have time. I made time. And the discipline and we do not say practice. We say riyaz. R-I-Y-A-Z. Riyaz means never ending your practice till you die. till your last breath, you will not quit it. I'm not talking about everybody who is a dedicated musician for them. Otherwise, people will learn 2 years, 3 years, and say, oh, I'm tired, I have to go somewhere else, learn something, other instrument, some other music. That's fine. Everybody has their own choice. But for me and my Guruji, it was a divine call, and it is a divine call that to keep music alive till we die. So let's do one more thing, okay? Oh, Om is a universal sound. It's not a religion. So you achieve your goal within one note to reach your goal. See, oh. Now if you have two notes, oh, three notes. This is the most thing I do in whole day. I sing the hymns, the raga structure, raga compositions. Sometimes in three notes I sing the hymn. Om Hari Om. That's the only thing I do it. And you know what? That affects your body, mind, and soul. Your whole self, there are 72,000 nadis, channels are vibrating. And the good music gives you so much energy and the power and the purity of your life. So you can achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. You can just do it if you want to do it. I want you to write me questions, the curiosity, and you will know that this music is so infinite. You make combinations and permutations so much for each rag. You can never get tired of. Even learning, I learned at the end of my uh, degree course. I was getting a degree around. I was 20 years old. I got another degree at 16, national level, master's one. But I got another, taking another degree at the age of 20. And my Guruji decided I had to learn 75 ragas. And he says, nope, I'm going to teach you only one rag. He taught me one rag, 24/7, 365. My point is that even though that rag, if I had to, someone said, play that rag, I still pray God so much. Because why? Because I still doesn't know. I don't know. It's just so difficult for me to know. The combinations and permutations are so many, so much. You keep doing, you keep learning. And for a musician, it's a learning process. You don't tell them, oh, I know everything. No. Today, I always say I do not know much. My Guruji, the legend, Sitar legend, Ustad Vlad Kansa, they say, no, I do not know. I keep praying to God. So pray for me, play for me, and everything. So my point is that, my dear friends, I thank you so much to join me and listen to my lecture. If you are interested, I want you to come because this music is so good and it's worth understanding and learning this music. I want them. It's not for me. I'm not wanting I taught music at Oberlin College for more than 20 years. Last 40 years, I'm teaching at home and I'm performing, go to everywhere in the world, Taiwan, China, Canada, everywhere. In the United States, India, where you name it, I go there. I play, I put this thing to people's mind. My point is that this is a rich, vast culture, the music. I invite you to come and join and learn something. I thank you so much and I hope to see you again. Namaste.